Hey guys, you've been working inside your PDM vault and working with your SOLIDWORKS and you suddenly get that system is running low on resources warning when you start SOLIDWORKS? Well then today's Q-tip is for you. Let's quickly take a look at what goes on inside SOLIDWORKS. SOLIDWORKS loads a lot of what you load into your viewer inside SOLIDWORKS, loads it into your graphics card RAM, and there's also a paging file that you can use on your system that will allow you to use disk space as though it were RAM. There's two things we can do. One is to make sure that SOLIDWORKS is forced to use your graphics card. And the second thing is we can update your virtual paging memory so that it too can spill over into that virtual paging tab and be able to do what it needs to. First off, we're going to go to the NVIDIA control panel. Now some of you may not use NVIDIA graphics cards. We do, but some of you may use AMD Radeons or something along those lines. Each of the systems, whether it's AMD or NVIDIA, will need to have SOLIDWORKS told specifically to use the graphics card memory and processing, otherwise it won't happen. So let's go into the NVIDIA control panel. Once inside the NVIDIA control panel or AMD Radeon control panel, I can go to the Manage 3D Settings tab. Now this allows me to have global presets and then also program-specific presets. So I'm going to go to the global settings, and I want this computer to be used for 3D settings for SOLIDWORKS or Dassault 3D Experience. So if I expand the global presets down to Dassault Systems, V5, and 3D Experience, there's not one specifically for SOLIDWORKS, it's just the Dassault. So we go to Dassault Systems, V5, and 3D Experience. And then we go to the program settings. We want to tell SOLIDWORKS to actually use the graphics card. So once I set that to Dassault Systems, and if it's not in your list, you can go to the Add button and then navigate to SOLIDWORKS, which in my case I've got SOLIDWORKS 2019, but it'll be in there in your list if you have SOLIDWORKS installed on your system. Once we are finished with that, all we do is click Apply, close this down. The next thing that we need to do is to update the virtual memory paging file. Now, paging file in the old days, everybody remembers that your hard drive would have a specific amount of space set aside allocated to it. If extra memory was needed, that extra paging file could be used for spillover. Basically, it would be so many megabytes, gigabytes, whatever, and then you would use that as though it's RAM. Now, the difference is that in the old days, a spinning hard drive ran a lot slower than today's hard drives of SSD, which is solid state drive, and that means that it's running as though it's RAM anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Here's how you get to it. We want to do start run. I'm going to do sysdm.cpl. Now this is the control panel item for your system properties. I want to go to the advanced tab, and under the performance, I want to change the settings here. I normally adjust for best performance, but I just did this and I had to turn some of these back on. One of the main ones that happens to actually look a little odd whenever you adjust for performance are your fonts inside Microsoft Word, inside your internet browser. So I'll do adjust for best performance, and then I will smooth edges of screen fonts, smooth scroll list boxes, show window contents while dragging, show shadows under windows. I need to show shadow under the mouse pointer. I'm going to click the apply button here. Once I click apply, it sets that setting. Then I want to go to the Advanced tab. Now, if this were a server, it would probably be set for background services, but I'm using it for programs. Now, this is the paging file area that this virtual memory is going to page to as though it were RAM. Let's go into the paging file right now. It's currently set to 4 gigabytes. Let's go to change. Now, you'll notice that I have 300 gigabytes available on the C drive, and that's the one that has the SSD, and that's the one that I wanted to use. We're going to go to custom size. Most of the time, it's set to automatic. And that's where Windows will do whatever it needs to. The problem is that with SOLIDWORKS, it doesn't do a great job with that. So I always recommend unchecking the automatic, selecting your C drive, which is on the bus. I want to go to custom size. My initial size is going to be, I want it to be 2 gigabytes. Now, I'm going to maximize this out since I have 300 gigabytes available. I want to maximize this out to 50 gigabytes. And then I'm going to click set. As soon as I click set, that tells the computer that I need to expand the RAM, but it's going to have to reboot. So I'll have to come back and finish this in just a minute. All right, guys, we're back. We've rebooted, and the system is up and running with the new settings. We start up SOLIDWORKS. You'll notice that we're not going to see that the system is running low on resources. Move the face bubble over here, and then we can dive right into creating a part. We're going to make the standard hockey puck that all us designers know how to make. Now, normally, if your system is running low on resources, even making this part will be a challenge for it. All right, hope today's Q-tip is helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Believe in the Q.